Hey, what's up guys? Towels here with my first video of Season 11, Prosperity. Huge ups to the team for another banger of a season. Haven't gotten to try all the changes yet, but definitely loving what I've seen so far, like these in-town buffs. I've gotten off to a hot start, so here's some loot highlights with a big surprise at the end too. So I know the clip kind of cut off on the last two, so just want to highlight again this Pride Ogre Axe that I rolled with a perfect 20 concentration aura on it, as well as this CTA rolling 563. Absolutely sick. The best one of these I think I've ever rolled, so really nice to see there as well. But the biggest surprise is still hiding here in this cube, and this dropped on day 2. Boom, baby, a Vial of Light Song. That's right, second rarest item in the game. I've dropped a mirror once before, but this is my first ever vial. Dropping on day 2 is crazy as well, but even crazier is my friend totally stole my thunder, and he dropped one as well the very next day. So shout out to you, Nutty. Way to make it less cool. Okay, so I'm running a Blade Fury Assassin, and to be honest, I came into this season with no plan. I actually have a 2-week-old baby girl, so I'm hard carrying a level 1 noob at the moment, but she's an angel, so I've had a lot of time for the new season as well. This Bladeson I started as a Chain Lights trap into Arcane, a super easy and quick way to start the season and, just easy game. Drop an Ohm Rune in the first 50 runs. Actually, I also dropped an Et Warfist, and so the game was trying real hard to get me to roll a Whirlwind Sin, but I stuck to it, and I wanted to play Blade Fury because it's new and it looked really fun. Honestly, I had no idea if it would be good or not. For a while, it felt really bad, actually, but now I've got it in a place to show off a bit. So here's an 8-minute clear of a 269 density ruined Cistern map, T3, and I found this extremely satisfying and a perfect showcase of this build. So I'll start off with my gear, beginning with the weapon, my Eth Reaper's Toll here. So I've been spending most of my time focusing on upgrading that. I have a 2-socket G-Face, Saracen's Chance. You can see the rest of the gear is pretty random. Anything works as far as plus to enhance damage, plus skills, Deadly Strike, right? And so your combinations like Gore Riders, High Lords, Veil of Steel, all of that will work, right? Those are the things you just want to focus on since blade skills scale on your weapon damage as well as plus skills very, very well. The Annie and Torch I farmed myself along with the Rathma to slam it. 2 trap skillers. This third one I actually found, the 38 life, and then you can see the rest of the charms are just a random mash of resistances and MF, some life. And then the most expensive part is definitely going to be the Merc. So that F Pride that I rolled, huge, it's definitely expensive, but adds a huge amount of enhanced damage. And also this is a Blessed Aim Act 2 Merc, so that helps with AR and Deadly Strike. And then Templar's Might, 3 open sockets. I actually don't need 3 open sockets on it, I'll probably downgrade it. Soul Drainers, String of Ears, Go Riders, whatever works. Blessed Aim adds Deadly Strike, which is a really nice component to this too. Skills wise, you are maxing your blade skills, and then you've got 1 point in Dragonflight. And then what I'm pumping is actually Burst of Speed and Max Shadow Warrior. So I know a lot of folks hate on Shadow Warrior for Blade Fury because they only throw a single Blade Fury and can't channel it. But the secret tech here is that it's actually a Cloak of Shadows bot for you. So when you run Cloak of Shadows on right click, but then you use Quick Cast to fire your Blade Furies, it automatically toggles back to Cloak of Shadows whenever you're done attacking, and that's when your Shadow can cast it for you. And so, especially earlier on when you're not clearing as fast, then that's super helpful for survivability. because Cloak of Shadows has a really long cooldown as well, and so having 2 casts of that is extremely beneficial. Alright, so now we'll get into the map. So again, it's a 269 density T3 ruined Cistern. So maps like this with hallways are the best for Blade Fury for sure because of the bounces. Now, so the skill now bounces and splits between enemies and obstacles. So if you throw it against a wall, you'll also see a lot of these splits where it turns into multiple, and that's why you see them bouncing all over the place. So it's a really cool build. I thought it looked awesome. It had some nerfs during the beta, and so the hype kind of died down from it a little bit, but it looked so fun. I had to, and yep, there's a nice little jaw rune to start off this run, which made it extra fun. And so you can see when basically dragon flighting from pack to pack, and there's definitely stragglers behind, but because of all of the bouncing and craziness, those die behind you as well. So you gotta get used to it, I guess. When you're trying to map fast, a lot of builds will have things dying behind you. That's nothing new here. And going for 100% clear, just not an efficient way to go about it. So if you can survive, which is also why I love to have the Shadow Master with me too, sorry, Shadow Warrior, is that she's tanky and she really helps us survive hits more in this density when there are those one-on-one stragglers and things, because in these juiced up maps you're also getting hit pretty hard by a lot of these mobs too. She's actually so tanky, she's really helpful in Ubers, Declone, and Rathma as well. Much more survivability from her than I ever expected. And so a really fun mechanic there. There's actually a lot of detail you can get into on learning the exact mechanics of Shadow Warrior and Shadow Master, especially how they used to work compared to now. But I guess that's kind of a different story. If folks are interested in learning more about that, I can try to look up some information, or you can always reach out to the Assassin Discord where they've got pins for that kind of stuff if you want to do a deep dive into that. But it's super cool. The AI for the Shadow Warrior has been greatly improved, and it's an excellent addition, I think, to this season. So there's a nice little Shaco drop as well. So definitely these fat maps, especially in T3s, I feel like drop the best. I really do. I like farming T3s whenever I can, and so that definitely applies for this build too. Early on with this build, the main frustration I had was with attack rating. So that's not different really for many physical builds, but from like level 80 to 90, trying to rush into maps, or even just trying to kill Veil in like Worldstone runs, which is a place that I was trying to actually farm, it was a big issue. So I needed to solve that with Demon Limb, Raven Frost, Act 2 Blessed Aim Merc, AR, Grand Charms, etc. Like, because when you have a lower level difference, if you're lower level than the area, then you need to have even higher attack rating to actually hit. And especially with this build, there's one downside of not using the claws, that you don't have claw mastery. So the stalkers or dual claw builds do have that, and so that's a benefit that they might have. But even them, I think, will also run into AR issues around that same level 80 period. Either way though, like once you level up, I guess really if I was going to run this back at any point, I would probably just focus on group leveling first and then get into solo maps after that. And yeah, so that's pretty much the run. I'll just let it run through the rest of it so you can see the time at the end. It was just under 8 minutes for that clear on gear that I know the main pieces are expensive, right? That F Reaper's Toll, which I have a couple backups of if anybody's interested in those. You need that Pride on the Mercenary. Well, technically you could do it with like Faith Templars or Beast Templars as well, any of your classic combinations. I'm also missing a Wisp as well, and so there's clearly like a lot of room on this build for more damage and things, but it's extremely effective. So one thing that I just wanted to share with you guys. And so thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Really appreciate it, and wish you guys all the best on season 11, and hope you all prosper.